Welcome to my brand new series where I discuss games that had an impact on me. Knowing this was going to be my first episode, I decided to pick a game that I played a lot as a child. Let's get right into the plot. The story is currently following Bruce Banner, who wants to be cured of transforming into a giant green monstrosity.
Crawford and I have never seen eye to eye. We haven't spoken in over 10 years.
An old acquaintance reaches out to him with a cure. Bruce follows along, though unsure.
Through the Gemini building and into the inner lab. The Gamma orb is waiting for you there.
Why is it that I'm worried that your orb won't work? That my coming here was a mistake?
Is that a scientific analysis?
No, a gut feeling.
He sneaks his way into the lab where he's finally ready to be cured. But it turns out Professor Crawford pulled a quick one on him and has stolen his Hulk powers. This is a great spot to know how good the game looks. I think the art style is gorgeous, especially for a movie tie-in game made in 2003.
I'm not a frail man anymore.
It's now up to the Hulk to track down Ravage and preventing from spreading the Hulk's powers everywhere. At this point in the game, you don't have to actually fight any soldiers. Your only mission is to pursue Ravage. Although I think it's a lot of fun knocking these dudes around.
Drop him!
The next 3 missions of the game are spent entirely chasing Ravage. First through the city, then in the sewers, finally at his train station.
Expecting someone else. He took the orb to Alcatraz, but that's not where you're going.
This boss fight is actually a lot of fun and is a big switch from the previous missions. Now you actually have to think about defeating this boss instead of just punching him. Once you defeat Walmart Green Goblin, you throw him into a lake, then the next mission starts at Alcatraz.
Hurting me won't do you any good. Go to Alcatraz, see for yourself. If our security net detects you, we kill our hostage. It's that simple. Ah!
I actually got stuck during this part of the game, so what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to come around back without getting caught, and you're supposed to push the box onto that bigger set of boxes. You see, I push this small box onto the bigger set of boxes. And then from those bigger set of boxes, you're supposed to jump onto the right side where the dogs are sleeping. The only problem is that it was glitched and it wasn't letting me jump to the other side. I tried for a couple hours to get unstuck and even tried glitches to phase through the wall, but nothing worked. So sadly, I just had to skip this Bruce Banner mission. It doesn't matter much that we skip this mission. Basically, Bruce finds out that they're holding Betty, so he just goes Hulk mode. We kill a bunch of soldiers and blue people until we finally get to Betty, our girlfriend.
Come on, just pretend it's a tanning bed.
This is actually a fun boss. You have to hurry and break the consoles on the side of the machines to rescue Betty. She has a health bar, and if you don't do it in time, she dies. Once you break the machines, Madman goes crazy, which is no big deal because it makes it even easier to kick his ass. You rescue her, and how does she thank you? By yelling at you to take her to the military facility to fix her gamma radiation.
Thank you. Madman would have. I've been exposed. I need to get to the military gamma base quickly. I'm infected with your energy. Now fix this!
Hulk is a simp, so he takes her over to the military base. You're captured, but then freed by Betty, who tells you that you need to get back to Alcatraz, which is where you just came from. So Bruce dresses up as a soldier and has to sneak out. This part of the game, as a kid, actually gave me so much anxiety, though there is another part of Bruce Banner that is even scarier. I think it's just something about the fact that you're a weakling. One soldier can easily kill you, and there are tons of them around you. When you're the Hulk, they don't matter, they're disposable. You throw them around like a joke. But when you're Bruce Banner, each of them can mean death. Even the smallest misstep can mean you restart the entire mission. The whole point of you wandering the facility is to make an antidote by mixing 2 serums. Who cares? Let's just go back into Hulk mode. Much better. Okay, now we're back to our original goal. Escape the facility and get back to Alcatraz. So fight, fight, kill, kill, die, die, and look at that, we're at the next cutscene.
Flux! Destroy the intruder! Sir, yes, sir!
Oh no, this guy's the spooky military guy. He's trained in combat. Oh, what's the Hulk gonna ever do against something like that? We've won the fight. We do finally manage to make it back to Alcatraz, but this is just the old levels we've already done before with more enemies. Although it is cool to go back and see where you had just rescued Betty. Anyways, you go through killing a bunch of people. Finally, you make it to the secret underground tunnels in Alcatraz. Basically, it's a very tight area with a lot of enemies. This can make it really difficult, but not as difficult as the upcoming Bruce Banner section. During this Bruce Banner part, you are forced to sneak through dogs and guards. Playing it now doesn't seem so bad, but as a kid it was a total nightmare. The dogs were creepy, and if you woke them up, it was certain doom.
Not today.
You transform back into the Hulk. You also find Ravage, the guy you've been chasing all game. He's there with another guy named the Leader, but you first have to beat him before you get to fight the Leader. This boss fight is exactly like the other ones. He's just a big guy and you need to punch him.
I'm sorry, Bruce. Through my treachery, I've handed the Leader all that he needs to create his army. We're both victims of our desperation, our curses.
I've been a victim too long.
The Leader has moved the orb to his base of operations, New Freehold. We must...
This is my battle. The energy is my responsibility. I'm taking it back.
This is the end. You're finally gonna fight the leader. You walk through some tunnels until you recognize a familiar face. It's Half-Life and Madman behind you.
I've been waiting for a shot at
Now
the
you have to fight both of them in a boss fight. This boss fight is actually incredibly difficult compared to the last couple ones we've done. It took me a couple of tries, but I finally got the hang of it and I was able to beat both of them.
Looking for this? Here, take it. I detest violence.
Clumsy scientist.
What have you done to me?
Why, I've killed the Hulk! Oh, you are no longer a monster, Bruce Banner. Just an underachieving scientist. You're cured. Now leave.
This isn't your power. It's my curse, and I'm taking it back.
Now we have to fight the leader. This boss fight is the worst one by far. This is my least favorite boss, and he's super annoying the whole time. He has a bunch of moves, but basically what he does is he'll teleport around the stage and he'll hit you with his mind projectiles, and does way too much damage. This initial phase is actually not as bad. He also generates clones of himself and other things, and there's rays that you need to hit and jump over. It's basically incredibly obnoxious and very, very difficult. That's all I can say, honestly. It's just very annoying, very hard. He hits very hard, he does a lot of damage, and some of his moves feel undodgeable. What I actually managed to work out for me is to just strafe back and forth and keep jumping around. And that's how I was able to finally beat him.
You've
This is not a victory! Today we both lose!
This is it. This is the end of the game. Now the entire cave is going to collapse and it's your job to run away. And that's it. You're going to fight one more boss, Madman, but he really is a cakewalk compared to the boss you just had to fight. And honestly, I can say I really enjoyed this game. For me, it was a lot of fun. I really liked it, and I recommend that people do try it out. Although it can feel repetitive, I think for a 2003 game, it's really, really well done. And I think it deserves a lot of praise. So yeah, check out the game. It's called The Hulk 2003. I highly recommend it. And I do think that 100% this game has passed the check. I think it is a certified classic game. Obviously, this game's not for everyone. This game's for people who like superheroes or Marvel. But if you like the Hulk, you have to play this game for sure. Anyway, thank you for watching. If you like these type of videos, be sure to subscribe and comment. I make all sorts of shit on my channel, so if you want to see specific stuff, you have to request for it specifically. Anyway, thank you for everything. Have a good one. Thanks for making it all the way to the end.